You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got an update to what's going on with State Farm. Of course, there's a lot of controversy because of course, the wildfires out in L.A. and in California that has done so much damage out there. And, of course, lawmakers, politicians are getting dragged, rightfully so. And they had a major influence on this entire situation with State Farm. State Farm wanted to raise premiums because of fire risk. And, politicians got involved and it turned into a complete shit show. Of course, the NFL took a lot of blowback the other day, a lot of backfire, a lot of rage from fans because they moved that playoff game from L.A. to State Farm Stadium in Arizona, right? In case you're wondering how many policies it was that State Farm canceled, it was a hell of a lot. 72,000 California fire insurance policies in 2024 were canceled. That's unbelievable. More than 10,000 homes and businesses have been destroyed as multiple wildfires continue to ravage parts of L.A. County, according to Fire Chief Kristen Calley. And we've all watched the circus that is the politicians out there. Meanwhile, social media is ablaze with accusations State Farm abandoned its California customers right before the wildfires broke out, with some even calling for violence against executives. That's the first time I've seen that, but that does add a whole new layer, right? State Farm, the WMBD reached out to State Farm to get facts. As it turns out, Bloomington-based insurance company stopped accepting new fire insurance applications in California back in May of 2023. Almost 2 years ago, State Farm said the decision was driven by inflation, increasing frequency of natural disasters, and challenges in the reinsurance market, which are secondary insurers used by the company to reduce risk covering catastrophic claims like wildfires, hurricanes, and tornadoes. So 72,000 policies were not renewed in California. Well, check this out. State Farm, which is usually a staple. In fact, I believe their commercial last year was voted the most popular commercial in the Super Bowl. Because of all this blowback and everything else, State Farm has pulled its ad that it was going to have in the Super Bowl. They've canceled it. It's over. State Farm, California's largest insurer, cancels planned Super Bowl ad, citing L.A. fires, quote, tragedy. Absolutely. It is a tragedy, no doubt about it. By the way, Arnold Schwarzenegger was coming back in that commercial. The Super Bowl commercial would have been a second consecutive spot from the insurance giant after Arnold Schwarzenegger played Agent State Farm in last year's game. Okay, well, he played it last year. Maybe that wasn't going to be the same character they were bringing back. The fires that engulf Los Angeles over the past few weeks are forcing a change to this year's Super Bowl. State Farm, the insurance giant, says that it will not be moving forward with the Super Bowl ad this year as it's focused on responding to the fires. That's probably a pretty good look. Quote, State Farm, its agents and employees are all focused on helping customers impacted by the Southern California wildfires in the midst of this tragedy, a spokesperson tells The Hollywood Reporter. Our focus is firmly on providing support to the people of Los Angeles. We will not be advertising during the game as originally planned. State Farm has been a frequent Super Bowl advertiser. Last year's big game saw Arnold Schwarzenegger joined by his Twins co-star Danny DeVito. It was not immediately clear what State Farm's Super Bowl ad would call for. Okay, so there we go. Would have entailed, or whether it would have included celebrity cameos. By the way, a lot of celebrities no longer have homes right now. Fox, which is broadcasting this year's Super Bowl, is sold out of inventory, though it had a wait list in the event of cancellations, so State Farm's spot is sure to be filled. State Farm is the largest property insurer in the state of California, 8.7% market share, according to the data of California Department of Insurance. It is also the largest auto insurer. The spokesperson said the company has more than 8 million customers in the state and that it has already received thousands of claims. Imagine. We are proud to report that our customer contact is at 90%. We received over 7,400 home and auto claims, and we are putting tens of millions of dollars back into customers' hands. These numbers will continue to rise as residents return and assess damage. The insurance company was criticized last year after it said it would not renew some insurance policies in the state due to wildfire risk. And that is really where all the political part came about and started blowing back in, is because, I mean, all this was preventable. I mean, plain and simple. And it seems that State Farm kind of saw this coming and were trying to raise premiums, et cetera, et cetera. They saw what wasn't being done, et cetera. Nonetheless, and this is really weird, you've got all those wildfires that happen, and it's coincidence, but you've got the Super Bowl going to New Orleans, right down there where they just had a terrorist attack. And I know it's coincidence again, but then you've got the situation where the wildfires moved to State Farm Stadium, the LA Rams, and who played in that game? The Rams and I can't even remember now. The Vikings, yes. The Sam Darnold continued exposure game. The Rams blew out the Vikings, and of course they continue on with their playoff run. We'll see how long that lasts. Nonetheless, I think this is probably a better look for State Farm to have canceled that ad. I mean, I don't know. I just think under the circumstances, at least they are aware that they're taking some real shit publicly over this. There was a lot of backlash in the 2 days prior to that game being moved to Arizona. So, yeah, maybe sitting out the Super Bowl is probably a good idea, especially in light of the amount of money it takes to get one of those spots under the circumstances. Throwing a celebrity or two into it, maybe not a great look right now. And a lot of celebrities lost their homes. We've seen that. But at least a lot of those people have the means to rebuild if they didn't have insurance. The everyday person, they're screwed right now if they didn't have home insurance. And then whatever it was Biden decided to wager in or give or something, it was pretty pathetic. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.